Oh, I get it. So now you're upset with Dave Chappelle. So now Dave Chappelle and his rhetoric is a problem, right? So when he was saying all of these offensive things about the LGBTQIAP plus community, and it was said that we need to get a thicker skin, and that this PC culture is just too much, and freedom of speech, and he can say what he want to say, but now you're offended. Now it's too much. And this is the hypocrisy that gets me. This is really what frustrates me, right? Is because everyone is connected to their own trauma, and any trauma that is outside of them, they are always discounting that experience. But now it's your turn, sis. Okay, so he said some offensive things, and by him I'm talking about Dave Chappelle. Some things that offended the Jewish community during a recent concert performance, and people are upset. And what I find interesting about this is because these people probably went there salivating at the mouth, right? Excited to hear him say some horrible things about the LGBTQIAP plus community, because at this point that has become his brand. This is what people tune into him to hear. And surprise, it wasn't our turn, sis, it was yours, right? And so now you're offended. Now you want to see him canceled. No, don't cancel him, because if he was able to be offensive to one group, he should be able to be offensive to all, okay? So develop a thicker skin. It's not that serious. This PC culture has just become too much. You can't even say what you want to say anymore. I mean, these are the things that you guys say when the LGBTQIAP plus community takes issue with some things that are said that are offensive to that community. So now it's your turn. And this is why it is so important, people. This is why I don't understand why people just don't understand that whether it's gay rights, whether it's trans rights, whether it's Black or African American rights, whether it's Jewish rights, whether it is Muslims, anybody that is not part of the top 1%, and you guys are all doing this infighting down at the bottom about a whole lot of nothing. At some point, the lights have to come on, and you have to realize, because I'm a trans woman, I am not your enemy. I don't have the power. Not only do I not have the power, I don't have the desire to oppress you. But every single time something that comes out that affects another group that is not your own, people take this laissez-faire approach towards it. And you should be offended about anything that is offensive. If a group or population or a segment of the population is telling you that we as that particular group are offended by something, why would you go and tell that group, oh, get a thicker skin. Oh, it's not that serious. Oh, you guys are too sensitive. You guys are hypersensitive. Well, now it's your turn. So let me say this really quick about the war that's happening over there. I understand both sides of this war, right? I get why Palestinians are upset, because if something were taken away from me, I would probably be upset. But even understanding that, as a member of the LGBTQIAP plus community, I'm sorry, I stand with Israel. I stand with Israel, because do your research. And if you know how Palestinians feel about the LGBTQIAP plus community versus how the LGBTQIAP plus community is treated in Israel, it'll be a very clear reason as to why I side with Israel. Because at this point, I like who likes me. I ride with who rides with me. And if your bigotry, if your dogma is going to cause you to see the world through a very narrow lens, as opposed to being able to see people as people, then I ain't got no time for it. So that's how I feel. To those who are offended by the Dave Chappelle rant, I say ha ha. Good, because you went there expecting to hear something and you heard something that you didn't want to hear. And this is more support in terms of why you should be upset when other groups are telling you that they're upset. And not even necessarily upset, why you should be supportive of groups when they're telling you they're upset. Why you should be more understanding and more empathetic, because I'm sure now that it's your turn up to bat, you want that empathy. I ain't got none for you. I don't have anything for you, sis. So anyway, comment below. I want to know what you think. I know you guys, some of you will be offended by me siding with Israel, but it is what it is. I like who I like.